Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Macross. I don't even know what episode we're on. I just started off the recording because I'm losing my shit here. As I started to turn my attention toward Macross, all I can think about is that right now we're in the middle of an arc that seems to primarily consist of getting cucked by her cousin. Incest cucked. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is the first video with it, so I got a haircut, got this part chopped off, partly so that I could fit my dang head into a motorcycle helmet. Discovered that having like 4 pounds of hair right here doesn't do great for the so now that fits a little bit better, and that's good. And I look more like a reasonable human being as opposed to a homeless ape, which is probably good. Kamujin Kravshera has made an attack on the Macross in order to try to drive them off the planet, and it's gonna work because it aligns with what the higher-ups in the brass are trying to do anyway, with kicking this dumb ship off their dumb planet to try to save everybody. Lin Kaifun will be aboard, yippee, and everybody is pissed as hell that they're not being allowed off. We've been making the announcements as though this is a temporary measure and everything will be righted soon. But we, the audience, of course, know that that is not the case, and it seems like the civilians suspect it themselves. And for good reason. If I were on that ship, I'd want to be off that ship. If I landed on my home planet, had the opportunity to be free. And then had that denied me by the military? We gotta depart soon. We can't just keep staying here for very long. But how do we sell that to the populace? Or the soldiers? How do we get everybody on board with staying on board? Because it's really not what anybody wants. I don't know. We're in an interesting pickle aboard the Macross and aboard the show Macross. Where do we go from here? Certainly back out there. But where? On a last gasp attempt to end the conflict? That seems like the only thing we could really do is, like, try somehow to either cut off the ability of the immense pickle ship armada to attack you, or somehow negotiate with them, or somehow otherwise convince them that we aren't to be fucked with, so that we can continue living on, at least in a modicum of peace. But how we get there, I got zero clue. I got no clue at all. So, I guess I'm going to do a drawing. I have no idea what I'm going to do here. I'm not sure if these are waves or landscape yet. I think this is going to be the like, Daedalus punch. Oh yeah, Hikaru Ichijo, injured by friendly fire in a nearly botched Daedalus attack because of some hesitation from Misa Lisa, is now in a hospital bed, and we might just time skip here. In fact, I think that might be the best option for us, be to do some kind of a time skip, and just, like, move straight past all these things. I think we might actually emerge here to find the Macross back up in space already. I think it's possible, at least. I already did a drawing somewhat like the Daedalus attack. This will be kind of interesting in just how it feels, if it feels different doing it this way. I'm going to do it like this, and then the ship has this part here. I'm not going to look at a reference to find out what the Macross really looks like. I want to try to do it from memory. Or at least somewhat from memory. I know we never get to see it, and it's kind of unfortunate we never really get to see it. I kind of wish that we could see little figures on the bridge of the Macross. Global, sitting in his little chair. And Claudia, who is taller. And then the girl's back here. I wish that I liked Lin Kai-Fun. I wish that I liked him. If I liked him, I could have fun with this. I could be like, we could have Lin Kai-Fun teach the Valkyries how to do mobile suit martial arts, right? And then they could hand-to-hand combat with all the Zentradi, and we could turn this into a kung fu show. It'd be fucking awesome. The wrinkle is that I don't actually like Lin Kai-Fun. It'd be cool if we were like punching through a cloud. I don't know how I would make that operate, but I'm trying. And I'm failing. Good job. Yay! That didn't work at all. Whoops. I wish I liked Lin Kai-Fun. At the same time, kind of glad. We haven't really had any genuinely dislikable characters. Even all the Zentradi are pretty likable in a lot of ways, especially the trio of goobers who's currently aboard the Macross. They're kind of fun. Don't much like the military command. They kind of suck. But other than that, we haven't really had any characters who are true hate sinks for the show. Until now. And now we have the greatest hate sink of all time. Alright, I'm actually kind of happy with that. Now, having finished, I'm going to go look at a picture of the Macross. Big shoulder things are missing. It's got giant fucking shoulder things, which go behind this cloud. Yeah, giant shoulder things. Yeah, giant shoulder things. Oh, that's so much better immediately. And the biggest thing is these giant, like, launcher bays on the shoulders. Those are really important, I think, for the overall look of the thing. Gotta have these giant rectangular launcher bays. Or whatever they are. I don't know what they are. And we'll call that a win. Oh! Okay. We're going into the next... I think this is the next Clips episode. So 15 was a recap Clips episode. And then on 15, which I skipped, a number of people... or 14, which I skipped. Yeah, 14. A number of people commented that I should absolutely not skip the next time that they do this, because even though it will primarily be existing content, it will be arranged in an interesting way, and there will be novelty to at least its arrangement, and I think maybe some of the discussion around it, or like commentary from the characters. Okay, well, I was only really planning to watch one episode today, but I'm okay if that one episode ends up being the Clips episode. If I feel a deep and abiding need to watch another episode, then we might do that. But I think I'm just going to play it by ear, and we'll watch this Clips episode and have a casual, calm, nice time, which sounds good to me. That'll let me put a little bit more effort into Gundam, which I'll do immediately afterward. Or we'll end up watching multiple episodes. I don't know. I don't choose these things or predict them. I can't predict these things. But we'll certainly watch this one, and that should be a lot of fun. Very cool. Okay. Okay, friends, I'm ready for story time with the crew of the Macross. Tell us your tales, far travelers. Yeah, alright, let's watch the episode. So I've got episode 17 of Macross up and ready to go. We're gonna watch it. Hopefully it's good. Beep beep timer. Oh no. I wonder what perspective they'll choose. I think Ichijo is the obvious one. Maybe it'll be done as, like, dreams or memories that he's having while he's in a coma or whatever. That could work. Da, 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 da. Hmm. 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 So it is gonna be his dreams and stuff. Ah, cool, weird techno stuff. Phantasm. Ooh, inside the frame of all right. Hmm. This day. So we get to reuse the frames. And some of the more impressive and fun moments. Also her only song. The only the only one. But then he gets called away from this in reality, right? Kyun Kyun Piloto. Yeah, man. It's pretty great. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, bring in this Andrade music. Awesome. Oh, awesome. Oh, it's a dream. It's a dream. Yeah. Wow, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. The hand just, whoa. Every one of his dreams should be interrupted by constant fear. Yeah, these are his moments of revelation of what war feels like. Ah, I'm dead. Yeah, here we go, down in the city. And this is in some ways when we originally run into Minmay. Just announcing this to everybody. You suck, bro. You're not good at your job. Can't protect the girl. Can't fulfill the expectations placed on me. I'm just a failure. And I have to go. Ugh. Yeah, that was the original. Yeah, probably better than your current state. Wow. Oba. You? I remember you. Hey. Never. It's so interesting that we've layered all this deep embarrassment into these conversations that really happened. They're recolored in, like, in the framework of awful shower thoughts about your middle school failures. Whoa. This is super cool. What a crazy reworking to show us these pieces of the story from the attitude of Hikaru. With this negative tilt to it. Now he becomes more jaded, I think. Yippee! I'm a soldier now! And it's the OP sequence. What a cool thing to reuse for the purpose. In his own mind, I'm a soldier now, out there to save Minmay. But in reality, she was still on board during this. There's no saving her. That's all psychological. Now we can fold in some of the best fight sequences. Oh, that one was so cool when it happened too. Wow, and everybody laughs. It's got real vibes of Omerito. Oh, we're gonna get to see the. Oh, this is with. Whoa. This is a trip. I love this. I love this. More shows should do this. I don't remember that cut. Goodness gracious. So he's like solo fighting the whole armada. Yeah. Wow. Wow. How cruel, but also heartfelt. Then this is the scene where he was biking away. It's like a totally rewritten show. And a dream. And a weird dream where nothing makes sense. Just announces embarrassment over and over. And we're gonna have the mission and get lost, and it's gonna go weird. Oh, he puts his arm around her. Guys, yay! We're friends now! It's the Minmay rescuing mission, while Minmay's back on board doing her performance for the first time. This is her debut day. It's all whiffled. In a dream, reality gets mishmashed. Max's super fight. Oh, it's so cool. Oh. Oh, intentionally, yeah. The thing that Max did. I really like this track. Dun, 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 dun. So how will we do the sequence where the two of them are alone together? Will we fold that in somehow with the sequence that was similar where he was stuck with Minmay? Beep. Nice. This is going by very quickly for a clip show. This is so fun. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna get lost in here. And her hair is all down. Is she physically down here? Singing in the hands of the Zentradi leader? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, let's just manifest that into reality. Hup. And this is a new song that she has never sung, so we're in full confabulation. Oh, and we're there. Ah? Are you cucking me in the fucking... Yeah, that's right! Ow! That is exactly it. Bing bong. I'll fight you, Kaifun! Oh, no. Oh, I've defeated the evil pacifist! And he's melting! And now we're in the scene where he shoots for the first time. Another song that we have never... Uh-huh. Yeah. We've introduced 2 new songs. Ugh. And here we get the fall. And down through it, and then he has to shoot, right? I led him to think. Amazing sequence. We're on fire. Oh, and it becomes our romantic flight flyer. And here we are trapped in there where we were at the beginning of the whoosh. I wonder if over the weeks or days that he's in here, that was a song that she actually wrote and debuted. That he's then, like, hearing through a TV screen or something. This is so cool. This is where we find the tuna. Something different this time. Okay. And that's Misa's voice. Yeah, because we're split, flipped, mishmashed. The center, yeah. Whoa. Oh. So this is the non-sexual, near-sexual, like, she showers and he stands looking away? Yeah. This is the first time! But he wishes for this! It's the return to this, of course! Whoa. And this is where we lead into the marriage sequence. And the constant fame intruding. But who cares? Hmm. Hmm. Just making stuff up now. Whoa! Friends? Yeah, we'll be great friends. A wife? That's the one. That's the one. Uh-huh. Huh? If wishes were fishes. Yeah. So who's gonna interrupt? Will it be the actual way that it goes? Or will it be something else? All of this is so amazingly recolored. Like, the tone of it's completely different. Having spent so much more time with these characters. This is really cool. Yeah! Actually, yes! Great! It does kind of keep happening. It does kind of keep happening. And I'd love to. Oh, God! It's all my fault. It's just, you kind of are doubtable. You keep actively fucking with me. Ah. And the re-edit of all of these scenes is done and there we go. Ah, it's you! Oh, ah! Right, because he never actually kissed Min-Mei. Because your real love is with the military. Oh, do we get to wake up? No, no, not the old lady. And who's here? Nobody, right? But this isn't where he actually is. This isn't where he actually is in previous scenes. This is still in the dream, I think. Oh my god, never mind! What can I even say? That was the coolest episode. That was actually the coolest episode. I am stunned. I'm stunned. This is like, it's like when you give an oil painter a bottle of Coca-Cola and a scrap of paper and tell them to make art, and they come up with something incredible out of it, right? It's taking what you have, which is not sufficient, and repurposing it to fit the needs of making an episode and doing it in a way that actually generates novel artistic value. I've never seen anything quite like this. I've never seen anything quite like this. What an incredible idea. What an incredible idea. It recolors everything through the narrative lens of perceived and misinterpreted psychology in a dream landscape. It's like Jungian representations of all the things in his world. A therapist, a psychologist would have a field day with this shit. Jung particularly would have a field day with this shit, given his um extreme interest in dreams and dreams as metaphors for reality. But to do it artistically as part of as part of a narrative to show us the internal unconscious, not conscious, the unconscious representations of reality that Hikaru experiences is amazing. Just the idea that he, in his brain space, recolors all of his joining the military sequences as a need to go and save Min-Mei from being captured by the Zentradi. Like, she's been captured, and his whole goal is to go and get her, is exactly right. It's actually fundamentally what he's been doing the whole time in his own mind, is this, like, chase after the girl thing. And the whole time we've been sitting here like, Hikaru, how can you not be conscious of your real motivations? And the answer is, because they're subconscious, just like yours and mine. And they emerge and reveal themselves in truth, in fullness, in his dreams. Everything is steeped in fear, in terror of this looming threat. The moments when they come to the airlock and they would see the tuna hanging there, right? And it's like a kind of a goofy scene, and a release of tension instead feeds into the terror and paranoia that he has about this immense fleet of pickle ships out there, and folds his experiences, confused romantic experiences with Minmay that never really go anywhere, with his confused romantic experiences with Hayase that kind of in some ways do. Like, he never got to kiss Minmay. And so his kiss with Minmay turns into the forced kiss with Hayase in the middle of the entrapment. And everything becomes multi-layered, and then that serves to indicate, like, loyalty to the military, and she pulls away from him and is like, I knew you were a soldier the whole time. And it's like, but I made the choice to become a soldier to chase after Minmay, which he did explicitly, right? Became soldier to get girl, and she says, I can't date soldiers, and he's like, fuck it, I won't be a soldier anymore. But you have to be a soldier. There's a threat, man. There's a threat, man. And he sheds the Valkyrie, and it becomes just the cockpit, and it poof out into the plane. The way they've added little bits of new animation in to recolor whole pieces of story is spectacular. It's actually impossible for me to tell exactly where they are. Everything is redone and restated and re-voice acted to make scenes that exist totally different. It's like a full redub in a lot of ways, that characters are saying things that they weren't saying before. The ladies on the squad make fun of him a whole bunch more than they actually do. He's totally inferior. He's got this massive and burgeoning and growing inferiority complex as everybody keeps mocking him to his face and in public in front of everyone. Haha, Crash King Hikaru Ichijo keeps failing again and again. Yuck, yuck. And so he transforms emotionally the bike ride away from Minmay's concert into the search for her and the adventurous mission, the heroic journey to go and save her from the evil clutches of the Zentradi, who then become associated with Kaifun, and also kind of with the military, and also kind of with all the things that are preventing him from reaching his actual, unspoken, unspeakable goals. How can you even, in a world like this, in a universe that's this colored by torment and death and destruction, hope for something beautiful and romantic and lovely? You can't. It's distant from you. It's separate from you. You miss it. You miss it and miss it and miss it. Just like he misses the debut performance. So he recolors it all as heroic, as going out to save her. Because he has to believe something like that. Stepping out and manifesting a Valkyrie from dream space. Hopping in it and chasing after the giant Zentradi who's holding a singing Minmay in his hands, sitting amongst a city. And then he enters that space, and the city becomes the place where they actually met. It's impossible. It folds together. It's unreal in every sense. And they managed to do this entirely novel story using almost entirely clips from the existing show. Repurposed, replaced, repositioned, reordered, redubbed, and reused. And they managed to fold in basically every cool piece of Sakuga that they could cram into the thing, which should feel really choppy and bizarre, but instead, because of the framework that they've chosen for it, choppy and bizarre is the name of the game. Dream logic is like this. You walk into a room and it's a carnival, and the clown goes, I'm your dad, right? It's like, whoa, that's not real. It's choppy and bizarre. Yeah. What an amazing vision of dreams. So stepping away from the show as such, I've seen attempts at demonstrating dream logic before. Death 13 in JoJo's is a pretty good example of this, and actually works really well at this. there are many others that do similar things, from films that dive into psychology to films about memory and stuff, to films about drugs and drug abuse and addiction. Requiem for a this is so good. And there's something about it that I think is accidentally transcendental. I don't even know if transcendental is. It transcends the thing that it's trying to do. It's a property of the fact that it's a clip episode. Dreams, your real dreams, are not novel. Ever. They're rehashings and rearrangements of what you've actually experienced. You have the power, as a human being, as a conscious human being, potentially the unique power in the entirety of the animal kingdom that we're aware of, to generate new thoughts. But in dreams, we rarely do. Mostly we rehash the things that we've already experienced. A lot of the present theories of what dreams are like memory defragmentation systems for your brain. Go through the experiences that you've had, reorder them into places that make some kind of sense, and that's why as you go through, you might see that pretty girl that you saw today, and also your mom, and also the teacher from 3rd grade who called you stupid, and mishmash those all together in your head in a way that aligns them in some kind of weird categorization that doesn't make sense to your conscious mind, but you're doing some kind of categorization there where you're lining up all these different experiences with women, say, right? Or different experiences with fighting, say, or different experiences with going to the beach or whatever, and you're mishmashing those together into a way that you can compile them and keep them together. And there's evidence for this, partly in what happens if you deprive people of dream sleep. They fall apart. They kind of stop being able to associate their experiences with each other properly, and stuff sort of falls apart. It's like a hard drive that hasn't been defragmented ever, and just keeps getting worse and more degraded and more fuzzy. So in Eclipse episode, what we're doing throughout the thing is taking past experiences and rearranging them, realigning them, replacing them, and positioning them, which I think is exactly what you'd be doing in a dream. I think if you tried to make a dream episode for Hikaru, and you could do this, okay? If you tried to make a dream episode for Hikaru that was totally totally not new, not old stuff. You know, it's just dreams that he's having. It's just these weird ethereal sequences. And it's all one dream journey that he does as he's like flying through space and landing on different planets and meeting different girls and whatever. You could do that, but it wouldn't have the same impact as taking scenes that we've already seen and misinterpreting them, twisting them, rearranging them, shifting them around. Because they're existing scenes, it feels like a real dream. To me, at least, it feels like a real dream. Like watching the illogic, the fundamental illogic of the creative consciousness at the center of Hikaru recolor everything to fit his paradigms and perspectives on the world. Minmei's not on the ship. She's stuck out there with the Zentradi. I've got to go save her. And his initial inclination to become a soldier was never consciously stated for him, really. It was just like, well, I guess being a soldier is the thing that I'm supposed to do. But it was explicitly to go and be with Minmei, right? We have the whole wedding sequence, and then we're whooped out of that, and then she's working in the shop, and there are all these soldiers around, and he goes, well, why aren't you hanging out with me? And she goes, dude, look at all these fucking soldiers who are out there dying for us. They seem to have something going on. And he goes, oh, I guess I better be one of those, and he goes and becomes one of those. But he never consciously ideates it. He never, writes it out and is like, my reasons for becoming a soldier are to impress the pretty girl who is unimpressed by my layabout laziness. He never considers that consciously. And so when he reframes it, he frames it as a heroic rescue mission. He has to repurpose everything with himself at the center. And he does, even the things that aren't with him at the center. You know, the mission to go out was Misalisa's mission, right? To go out and do this recon mission on the Zentradi, and then they get whoosh captured. But instead, it's a heroic journey to actually intentionally infiltrate the Zentradi ship and save the girl who's out there. I'm stunned. I'm very impressed with this episode. There are wholly original episodes of Super Dimension Fortress Macross in the last 17 minus 14. In the last 17 that are nowhere near as cool as this totally rehashed, redone episode. Even the fact that I've seen all the Sakuga scenes before, they don't really lose a lot of their novelty because, one, they're so cool, and two, they're being reused in different ways that it's actually really fun to watch. I've never experienced anything like this. I gotta say, this is the most unique episode of anime that I can dredge up in my mind. That's not to say it's the most unique I've ever seen, or the most unique ever, or the coolest ever, or anything like that. Hell, I just watched the first episode of Made in Abyss yesterday, and I was blown away by how high quality it was. It's like maybe the best first episode of anime that I've ever seen. It's up there. It's in that running. This is easily the best recap episode that I've ever seen. The most interesting recap I've ever seen. I can't think of a unique clip show episode that's anything like this in terms of interest and repurposing and actually giving us genuine novel insight into the mental state and psychology of Hikaru Ichijo. Never, ever, ever do you get to really dive into the subconscious of a character, let alone have writers who understand their characters well enough to open them up and peel back the layers and just show it to us. It's like antithetical to the writing thing to do stuff like this. This is like all tell in some ways. It's all tell, but it's a retell and a rehash, and you're taking things that we've assumed and either confirming or totally blowing them out of the water. I'm flabbergasted. I'm befuddled. So Hikaru's got to awaken from this dream set of scenes. Here's an actual real question about production for you. If you're putting the effort, and it takes effort to make a Clips episode like this, if you're putting the effort into making this piece of the story, the Clips episode, that unpacks Hikaru's consciousness, he should awaken a little bit different from this. Problem. You're probably doing the Clips episodes so that you can catch up on production of future episodes, which means those future episodes are probably already written, at least to some extent, and in production to some extent. How much leeway do you have to change those future episodes based on the revelations and changes internally, psychologically, conscious or subconscious, that Hikaru undergoes while he's in this coma state? Because he's gonna wake up, and you planned for him to wake up, but did you plan for him to wake up changed? Or did you just plan to have the character go down and wake back up and we're just fine again, right? It's like, okay, same character, no problem. And he's just going around being like, Minmay, please. Or is he gonna come out of this bed and be like, I need to speak to Lin Minmay today. Girl, let me put a ring on it, right? Like, yeah. Hey, Minmay, you know that bride thing that you want? I'm down. I've decided, you know what? I had a dream, and me spoke to me, and me decided that I love you. Will he figure his shit out because of this experience? Or will he just wake up the same again? And is that a result of actual narrative intent? Like, well, he's still unconscious of his unconscious thoughts. Or is it just going to be the result of production chugging along in the background while some genius put together this Clips episode and potentially altered the trajectory of the whole story? God, I hope it alters the trajectory of the whole story, because this is the, like, life-changing dreams stuff. This is like, oh, Jesus appeared to me in the sky and told me to go that way, so I'm gonna... This is beef. Where's the beef in the burger? There it is. There it is. What a fucking episode. Well, this is a huge rarity. Eclipse episode has turned into significant discussion. Like, not a little bit, like a lot. I'm fascinated. I'm very impressed, and I'm totally happy with leaving it there for today. I don't even want to engage with the rest of the story. Let me just live in dream space for another week, where I can let this wriggle around in the back of my brain, and I'll see you next week for the next episode of SDF Macross, and we'll see who emerges out of this dream state. Like, will this be the Hikaru Ichijo that we've known this whole time? Or will he be taking a more conscious, active, aware, self-aware perspective on his own actions? I don't know. I don't have a clue. Macross has baffled me and impressed me a number of times. I think the first one that really knocked it out of the park was the actual episode sequences where we had Minmay and Hikaru together alone, because those were just rich and filled with tension and intrigue. And I think the second one was the Misa Mars Riber episode, because it just did such an amazing piece of storytelling. But then, you know what? It's been kind of a constant stream since then. With the whole botched recon mission and reveal of the Zentradi expanse. All of the escape sequence and protoculture reveal is amazing. It's stunning. All the way through to finally a surprising return to Earth and an even more surprising denial of request for amnesty or whatever. And now, a total recoloring of the internal psychic world of our primary character who we thought we knew? That's magic. That's magic. That is transmutation magic, is what we just saw here. Take a thing and turn it into another thing and produce value in doing so. Done. And it's put a spell on me, man. It's put a spell on me. I'm fascinated. What a cool idea! What a cool execution of a cool idea! Amazing. Okay, we'll wrap there. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this weird clips episode that's actually an episode as much as I did, because I really liked it. I'll see you next week for a real episode. Hell, they could all be like this. It's fine. I'll see you next week for a real episode with real occurrences to feed new information into the system. Thanks so much. Peace.